welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Adin the Joy and I'm a medical microbiologist. This is Sessions with Adin the Joy. Here I dish out health-based content. I talk about spiritual health, physical health, emotional health, and mental health. And in today's video, I'll be talking about time. That's universal currency that is at the reach of everyone in equal measure, meaning everyone has 24 hours in a day. Be you a newborn, a toddler, a graduate, a working class man or woman, an elderly person, you only have 24 hours in a day. Whether you are in Africa, Australia, Canada, or America, you have 24 hours in a day. Now the multi-million-dollar question is, what do you do with your 24 hours? Exactly. How can you be productive with the 24 hours in a day you have been given? That is what I'll be addressing in today's YouTube video, and I'm so sure you will gain value. Do join me. How do you put to good use your 24 hours in a day? How do you get productive with these 24 hours? You know, the scripture according to the book of Ecclesiastes 3 says, verse 1, it says, to everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. There's a time to be born, there's a time to die, there's a time to laugh, there's a time to cry, there's a time for you to study, there's a time for you to go out and chit chat with friends, there's a time for you to scatter stones, there's a time for you to gather them together, there's a time for you to tell that relationship no, and there's a time for you to build up relationships. So what do you do with your time? How do you get productive with your 24 hours? No, now like somebody like me, and when I was an undergraduate, I was really strict with my time because I knew that was the foundation of my life. I really needed to have a good foundation on which to build. So as an undergraduate then, I had time for everything. There was time for me to make calls, there was time for me to cook, there was time for me to study, there was time for me to laugh with friends. Like, my time was so strict that if I was studying and my phone rang, I would not pick. I know you call it being rigid, but I called it then being disciplined. I still call it being disciplined now. It's because I was serious with my time. I knew that if I had a shaky foundation, then there will be nothing for me to build on. I had to be serious. If I was not in the class, then I would be in the library. Those were the two major places you would find me. I was rarely in the hostel. If I was in the hostel, then to be in the reading room, reading as usual. So that was really serious. Now to you today, what do you do with your time? If you are a student and you have that mentality that, oh, time is too short, I need to chit chat, I need to have fun, I need to, it will tell in your future. So be serious with whatsoever you're doing. That does not mean you should live a funless life, but it boils down to allocating time for different activities in the day. We are cutting it down to a day because what you do in a day would amount to, it will build up to what your life would be in a year. So for me right now, what a typical day for me looks like is between 6 to 8 a.m. every day. I wake up between 6 to 8 a.m. except on days when maybe the previous day I was really tired, I had a hectic day, then I might extend my sleeping time to 9 a.m. But on a norm, 6 to 8 a.m. I'm awake. And once I wake up, the next thing is having a personal time with God. I have this me time, max 1 hour, sometimes get into 1 hour to 30 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes. That if I have lots of things I need to put into God's plate. Yeah. So let me say max 9 a.m. I'm done with my personal time. I have a journal. In this journal, I write down my activities for the day. I also recommend that you have a journal too. So in that journal, you write down every activity you want to achieve for the day. It is more than a to-do list because to each activity, time is allocated to it. Now remember, I said write down. I did not say just have a mental picture. There is beauty, there is power, there is strength in writing. I know, yes, your brain capacity is large. I know it is even larger than the most recent computer. Yes, I know that. But you need to write it down. When you write things down, it makes you more accountable. It makes you know that there's something you need to be doing now. You don't have to be on social media now. There's something else you need to be doing now. So write down your activities for the day and allocate time to these activities. Do allocate time. You see, I keep hammering on allocate time, because if you don't allocate time, you feel that you have the whole time in the world. In your mind, oh, we have 24 hours now, forgetting that you've already used some hours of the day to sleep. So do allocate time. Now my schedule, I 9 to 10, I have something like house chores. I always put that at the top of the list. I make sure I clean my house before either I go to work, or if I'm working from home, I make sure I clean my house. So 9 to 10 I have house chores. Then 10:30 to 11 is the next chore. You see that I did not say 10 to 11, I said 10:30, because between 10 and 10:30 something might come up. I might need to send a quick mail. I might need to make a quick phone call or go to receive something. I would still be able to do that and meet up with my goal for the day. Remember that your purpose of writing a list for the day is in order for you to achieve a particular goal before the day comes to a wrap. One or two goals. So you have that goal in mind, you have that objective in mind, and you are working towards achieving that for you to be productive for the day. So in cases where emergencies comes up, maybe you need to do something that you did not write down in your list, it didn't just sprung up from nowhere, you would still be able to do that and be on track. If your schedule is not too tight, you don't have anything like 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, give out time for those emergencies. And you could also have short naps, because you give out time for short nap. So like today, I am shooting this YouTube video. I have time allocated for it. I have time to shoot the video, I have time to edit the video, I have time to upload the video. So in cases where there I couldn't meet up with this, I won't be so happy about it, because I've already allocated time for it, and it is my goal to achieve this before the day runs out. So make sure you put time to any activity you want to achieve. If you're preparing for an exam, if you want to close a deal, if you want to send an email, if you want to write an application for something to someone, just make sure at the end of the day you do whatsoever you have planned out to do. Cut off distractions. To lots of us, our distractions are social media. We go from YouTube to Facebook to Instagram to Twitter, and you go again to WhatsApp. It's like a circle. While you are in the fifth social media platform, you're like, oh, it's been a while I checked Instagram, something must have been trending, and you're up there again. And before you know it, have you ever realized that it's always time moves like faster when you're on social media? Oh, when you are doing something unproductive, time moves fast. So make sure you cut out these distractions. I know it is not easy, because some of us are addicted to social media. We just want to be scrolling and checking stuff. But at the end of the day, if you're not gaining from it, if you're not being productive, if you're not being productive with it, then you're wasting time. Try to limit these distractions. Try to limit chatting with friends that would not bring anything good. I hope this is of value to you, and I hope your day become more productive than it has been previously. Thank you for watching up to this extent. I'm so grateful. Do like, subscribe, and share if you're yet to do that. Okay, so see you in my next video. Take care.